Welcome back to day 2 on site. We made really good progress yesterday. The electrical side is almost complete, first fixed. All the brackets and the DC cables are on the roof. Let's go take a look. We've got a 30 kilowatt Solis inverter string system. And on this, we've got 4 sets of strings. They're gonna go down into the isolators. DC cable is gonna come off of the roof into the bottom of the isolators. We're taking our supply from this 3-phase board through the meter, through the isolator, and into the inverter. The lads have done really well yesterday getting it first fixed. So this should, fingers crossed, be up and running by today. And we've just got the panelling to do in this heat, so it should be fun. All of the brackets and fixings are down for all of the panels. They're going in portrait, so there's 3 rows of 21 panels, and each panel is 535 watts. So they're quite substantial, big panels. Our DC cable is first fixed in, and we're using the PV Ultra, the 4-core. So we only actually need to run 2 cables down to the inverter. Whilst I catch my breath, we'll go check out what the lads are up to. 1.1 is going to start over there. That's positive. The negatives for that one's there. And then this one S-shapes down. Start paneling from that edge. That'll give us a nice square. And then everything else should just butt up to it. Let's crack on. So I think there's about 33 panels in that box. Each one of them weighs 22 kilo, over 2 meters high. So yeah, we can't be handballing it. We've got our start string. That's going to plug into the panel. What we're going to do, as best we can, cable tie this plug up out of the way. This will just prevent any more chances of moisture getting into it. That'll go off to the next panel, lay it down, and then we'll just square that up and run them all out if we can get the panels up onto the roof. We're just trying to get this panel square. If this panel's not square, by the time we get 24 meters away, even just a fraction of an inch, we can run the whole thing out. I think we've managed to sort it. The guys who are over there are going to see if the telehandler will reach, but they want a bit of money for it, so I don't know what the going rate is for a panel lift, but we'll start low and work up. Yeah, that's well in that. Cost 60 quid. Oh, that's too bad. So on this job, we've decided to use the Doncaster PV Ultra cable, meaning that we only actually need to run 2 lengths of cable in. So it saves us on cable tray, containment and time. It's really nice to work with. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's good. Makes life easy, doesn't it? And get your runs in nice and easy. There's no more single DC cables getting tangled and all that sort of good stuff.
And it does half the job for you, especially with it being printed on it that it's high voltage.
Yeah.
You don't need to run around printing it on.
Yeah, so I'm separating the 2 strings now into our DC isolators. Obviously they're feeding up into the inverter itself. And yeah, this is pretty much the last thing to do. And then up on the roof, they're gonna start connecting up the panels, and then we can start to test voltage down here and start to commission the inverter.
Right, so a bit of a pickle just. Oh, nearly got run over by a wagon. We'd put all the top row of panels down, 21 of them, or 20 of them. The 21st panel wouldn't fit. We were 40 millimeters too far over to the left, so we've had to adjust all 21 panels on the brackets and move them over. But good news is we've got the whole top row in now. We've got the right hand side in, which means the rest of the panels should just butt straight up and fit. We'll get the remaining 9 panels down, which is the second row, the second string, and then we'll get another box up, and that'll probably be us for the day. So let's go and see what Matty's been up to. I'll show you the stringing layout. Up on the roof, we've got, we mentioned before, 4 strings. There is 3 MPPTs on this. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. This string here has 16 panels on. These 2 each have 16 panels on, and the last string has 15 panels on. They come down to our isolators. So a lot of people, you see, remove these links. That's not the right thing to do. These links need to remain in, because what you're doing is you're creating a double disconnection on the DC side. So therefore you're limiting the chances of drawing an arc when they're switched off under load. So yeah, always leave these links in, and then we could do positive in, negative in, out and out. Slowly getting there though. So what we've got here, one of the brackets was just out of place, but it's got multiple holes in. So what we'll do, just pull them out, slide it along, and fix it in a different hole. So we've got the top row in nice and neat, all butted together. Here on the second row, we've started to lose the panels. So this one's maybe about 3 mil over that way. This one's creeping onto 4, this one's 5 mil. We've got to the end of the second row, and we're half an inch over. But all of the clamps are butted right up. So that's just the manufacturing tolerances on the panels, which can make it difficult. So I think what we'll do is we'll go back to the top row and just feather them out a little bit. So we've got these vertical lines looking sort of where they should be.
Last panel, let's go.
So we're all done. It's taken us 2.5 days, but all the panels are down. We're fully generating. Inverter's fired up, that's kicking out. We've got 40 kilowatts of panels on the roof, 30 kilowatts of inverter. That's all done. We're all tired. See you next time.